Everyone, please join me for the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let us pray. Almighty God, this is a magic moment. This is a time of transformation. We have worked hard to get to this place and this time. We have completed majors and minors. We have earned certificates. And as individuals and as a class and as an academic community, we have grown. Come, let us look back on where we have been and ahead to a future that now awaits. Amen. Please be seated.
Greetings and congratulations to the class of 2014. Welcome to our honored guests on the platform, our commencement speaker and honorary degree recipient, Ms. Carol Stern, our Board of Trustees Chair, David Keller, the staff and faculty and friends of Cedar Crest College, and welcome to all of you parents, family members, friends, and other loved ones who have come to share the joy of this moment. To the class of 2014, I want to say to you that it has been my privilege to be your president. As the Cedar Crest College community boldly moves forward with renewed purpose to develop future leaders whose abilities and insights and passion will move the world, you, the class of 2014, have distinguished yourselves academically by your service on campus and in the greater community. You are graduates who will set your sights high, dare to take on the challenge of leadership, and achieve great things in your chosen endeavor. And I know you will take our state, our country, and indeed our world forward with courage and a commitment to justice and equality. On behalf of all of us at Cedar Crest, I congratulate you on your accomplishments, large and small, public and personal. We send you into the world with our pride, our confidence, our hope, and our love. Let us applaud the class of 2014.
Good morning. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Cedar Crest College, I would like to congratulate you, the class of 2014, on all you have accomplished during your time at Cedar Crest. You have put in a tremendous amount of time and effort to get to this moment, and is one of the greatest achievements of your lives. As you move forth from this day, I encourage each and every one of you to use all the talents and skills you have acquired and refined while at Cedar Crest College to help lead our world to a brighter future. I have every confidence and no doubt that you will do the college, your family, and yourselves proud. Best of luck to all of you on this joyous day. Thank you.
Madam President, I have the honor to present to you Ms. Carol M. Stern, candidate for the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters.
Carol M. Stern is the President and CEO of the U.S. Fund for UNICEF. She joined the U.S. Fund for UNICEF in 2006 as Chief Operating Officer before assuming her current position. Previously, Ms. Stern served as Chief Operating Officer and Senior Associate National Director of the Anti-Defamation League. Ms. Stern is a member of the boards of Mercy College, the United Nations International School, We Are Family Foundation, and the Martin Luther King Memorial Project Foundation, as well as a charter member of the U.S. Fund for UNICEF Kiwanis Club, and my favorite, an advisory board member for the WNBA. She is the author of Believe in Zero, Learning from the World's Children, and the co-author of Hate Hurts, How Children Learn and Unlearn Prejudice and Future Perfect, a model for professional development. Ms. Stern has received numerous honors and recognition for her work. Most recently, she was acknowledged with the 2012 Leading Lights Award, the National Multicultural Institute, and the Future Work Institutes. Ms. Stern holds a bachelor's degree from SUNY Oneonta and has a master's degree from Western Illinois University. She completed the coursework towards a PhD in higher education at Loyola University in Chicago and was awarded a Doctor of Humane Letters from Mercy College in 2012. She's also married and has 3 sons and 2 grandchildren. Therefore, by the authority granted by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to the trustees of Cedar Crest College and by them delegated to me, I award you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with the right honors and privileges thereto appertaining, in token whereof I present you with this diploma.
The School of Adult and Graduate Education commencement speaker this year is Lauren Salgado. Lauren will receive her bachelor's degree in psychology today. Lauren has been an active member of the Cedar Crest campus as president of the Psychology Club, public relations manager of the Cedar Crest Student Government Association, and participated in many campus activities. Her senior thesis focused on the impact of weight and gender and perceptions of sales associates and their effectiveness. Please welcome Ms. Salgado to the podium.
Thank you. Good morning, President Ambar, Ms. Carol M. Stern, Board of Trustees. Welcome to the staff, faculty, and friends of Cedar Crest College, and congratulations to all the graduates, their families, friends, and loved ones. Today, we reach the end of our time here at Cedar Crest, but I honestly believe it's only the beginning. This is a big day. These last 4 or more years have not just been about grades or books. They have been about an opportunity to flourish as strong, intellectual, and independent individuals. All too often, we allow what people expect of us to dictate what we anticipate for ourselves. And if we live out our lives according to these expectations without questioning them, then everything that we have learned thus far is worthless. Reflecting back, I realized that for the longest time, I did what I thought was expected of me. This year in particular has been very difficult, and at times I saw everything I worked towards slipping away. I didn't think that I was going to make it here today, but it was at that time, my most critical time, when I saw acceptance and understanding. I was met with encouragement and support. I was inspired by my fellow students. I was consoled by the staff, and I was guided by my professors. A German philosopher, Martin Heidegger, Professor Sadiq, write this down. I've always wanted to say that. Believe that you can live being in the midst of the world, meaning that you are doing things just for the sake of doing them, or you can live being in the world, meaning that you are passionate and you are present in your life. My question is, which one are you? Did we spend the last years here obtaining information? No. We have Google for that. That's right. Instead, we searched for knowledge and we cultivated relationships with students that anticipate a change in the world. And it takes courage to be different. But here at Cedar Crest, we've learned to be outspoken and not to allow gender, orientation, or race to get in our way. Our journey may be different, and each experience might be different to each one of us, but we are accepted as individuals here. Realize that you can do more and be more than you imagine. We've been taught to embrace creativity, pursue academic excellence, and develop into conscientious leaders that will guide the future of our society. I want to congratulate all of you. I wish you the best, and thank you.
The traditional commencement speaker is Stephanie Augustine. Stephanie will graduate today with a degree in biodiversity and conservation biology. Stephanie has been a consistent member on the Cedar Crest College Dean's List. She is a member of both the Tri Beta Honor Society and the Delphi Honor Society. She has presented at the Lehigh Valley Ecology and Evolution Symposiums and the Pennsylvania Academy of Sciences annual meetings. She has been a teaching assistant at Cedar Crest and a peer tutor. She has volunteered at the Carbon County Environmental Education Center and the Da Vinci Center. And Stephanie has done this all while graduating at only 18. That deserves a little shout out. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Stephanie Augustine to the stage.
Thank you, everyone, and good morning, Madam President, Madam Provost, honored guests, trustees, faculty, family, friends, and of course, my fellow graduates. There is no doubt that we have all made different choices, traveled different paths, and aimed for different goals. But of the thousands of colleges or universities we could have attended, we all chose Cedar Crest. And no matter where our paths have taken us in the past, today we have converged. We do this having achieved one common goal, which has united us all, completing our college degree. So no matter where we go from here, we have shared the anticipation for this day, for the day that we can finally call ourselves an alumna of Cedar Crest College. I don't think there is abundance of colleges which could have provided such a supportive environment to a girl fresh out of homeschool, only 13 years old. Feels like a lifetime ago since that girl was me. I did not really see it at the time, but as I took classes and began research, attended conferences, worked as a teaching assistant, tutored, joined admissions as an ambassador, all while commuting, I was growing and changing. In the last few weeks of senior year, I think we all take a moment to reflect on our time here on this campus. 4 years of lectures and labs, quizzes and exams, papers and presentations. I think we can all get jobs in the circus with all of our juggling experience. But truly, I have learned so much about who I am and who I can be from my time here, from the relationships I've had with all of you. From the first days when we began to meet each other during orientation, when it hadn't really sunk in that we'd be starting something completely foreign and new. We took our first photo on the steps of Blaney Hall, and then after that long semester, celebrated our first frolic together. Fast forward a few years, we received our yellow roses and our class ring at junior ring ceremony, and not very long ago took our last class photo on Blaney steps. We've weathered snowstorms and superstorms, and we've made friendships and connections that will last a lifetime. I could not speak about a time at Cedar Crest without mentioning the incredible faculty, especially my advisor, who has always supported me on my journey. Now, the last time I graduated, the class consisted of just me. So I can't be sure about this, but I believe tradition dictates that I share some advice. And truly, I don't know what insight into the keys to happiness and success that I may have that you don't already know, but maybe it's not so grand and philosophical. So I will say this: stay true to yourself, follow your instincts, and remember, at one time, we had to choose where we were going to attend college. And here we are, moments away, in a blend of excitement and trepidation from receiving our college degree. It has been a journey, one fraught with stress and uncertainty for sure, but also beautiful in seeing each new incoming class arrive on campus as our own time draws to an end. This stage, this day, it's the gold at the end of a very long rainbow. Pinch yourself, it's real, we're actually here. I wish each and every one of you the best in all of your endeavors, and I thank you so much for the memories I will forever cherish. Thank you.
So it brings me great pleasure to introduce this afternoon's commencement speaker, and now officially an alumna of Cedar Crest College. Today's speaker currently serves as the President and Chief Executive Officer of the U.S. Fund for UNICEF, the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. In cooperation with governments and non-governmental organizations, UNICEF saves and protects the world's most vulnerable children, providing health care, immunization, nutrition, access to safe water and sanitation, basic education, and emergency relief. UNICEF's core value is nurturing and caring for children. UNICEF is active in more than 190 countries and national programs and committees. The U.S. Fund for UNICEF supports its mission through fundraising, advocacy, and education, and it works for the survival, protection, and development of children worldwide. As an institution that greatly values global connectivity and civic engagement and women's leadership, I'm honored to introduce our speaker, Carol Stern, who greatly embodies these values. Ms. Stern is positively impacting the world and its children every day, not only through her work at the U.S. Fund for UNICEF, but also through the numerous foundations and nonprofit organizations she dedicates her time to. We all can learn a great deal through her example, and I'm pleased that she's here to share with us today. Carol Stern.
I'm going to just move this for a minute and I promise I'll put it back. Good afternoon, and thank you so much. to the trustees, faculty and administration, distinguished guests, graduates, especially the families, and to all of the friends who are here. And before I offer formal remarks, Lauren and Stephanie, if you want to change your fields, I'd be happy to take either resume. So let's talk when we're all done, okay? I can't tell you truly what an honor it is to be here at Cedar Crest. Throughout my career, I've done research on women in leadership, and it's truly a treat to be speaking words, women and leadership words, to a group of women who I think have chosen an institution and young men because they are at the heart of this institution. And I wanted really to stand here today, like Lauren and Stephanie, and offer you that definitive recipe for success. And I promise if you all give me your emails when I find it, I promise I will share it, because at this point, I don't have that definitive recipe, but I can tell you that sandwiched in between a generation of moms, our moms, my generation's moms, who all stayed home to raise us, and the generation that would follow me, a generation that had choices to make about staying home or going to work. My generation was not only expected and told we could have it all, we were expected to pave the road at the same time that we were driving it. It was bumpy at best. And it leaves me to answer this question that I get asked by every interview that I do when they say, so how do you do it all? My answer is always, some days better than others. But I have garnered what I hope is some wisdom, and others might call it just lessons learned, from my almost 60 years of life, and thought I would share a few of those points with the graduates today. I graduated college in 1978 with a bachelor's degree in a very lucrative field of studio art. I actually have a painting degree, with absolutely no idea that someday I would lead the United States arm that supports an organization that has saved more children's lives than any other humanitarian cause. At that time, I really had my heart set on getting one of my paintings into a major museum, and finding no waiting invitation and facing the reality that starving artists really don't eat, I returned to graduate school and went in a completely different direction. But when I look back, I realize if I had truly taken stock of who I was, not just of what I felt like studying at the time, I might very well have predicted that I would end up doing something akin to what I'm doing today. Because I have a picture that stays in my mind with absolutely everything that I do. It is a picture of a little girl, and she's standing on a dock. She's holding the hand of a little boy. The girl is 6 years old, the boy is 4. They're getting ready to board a ship bound for a country they've never before visited, that speaks a language neither of them speak, and where they're now expected to live. They've only learned they'd be traveling a few short days before, and they're traveling with neither their mother nor their father. But instead, they are accompanied by a woman whose last name they know, but whose first name they will never know, and whom after the journey they will never see again. The year is 1939. The ship is bound for the United States. The little girl in the picture is my mom, the little boy, her brother, my uncle. And they're being frantically sent away by their parents in the hopes, as Jews, they will be spared the horrors that the Nazis are bringing to bear on their community in Vienna. It is the anonymous woman whose efforts saved the lives of my mother and my brother, and whose legacy taught me a very valuable lesson. And it's truly a part of the fabric of who I am. That lesson, that indeed one person can and often does make a difference. And I stand here today as living proof of the difference one woman made many years ago. But there is another ship that looms large in my past. This ship was one that my grandfather boarded. Having spent his last dime to get access onto this boat and to the travel documents that he hoped would save his life as well. That ship is called the SS St. Louis. It's often called the Voyage of the Damned. It departed from Europe, bound for Cuba, where my grandfather hoped to settle and send for his children and attempt to start life again. But when the boat entered Cuba's harbor, the Cuban authorities came aboard, informed the passengers that their documents were all fraudulent, and they would not be allowed into the country. That boat sat in a harbor for 40 days while the world debated what to do with its passengers. Even the United States refused to help, ultimately forcing the boat's return to Europe, where most of the passengers perished at the hands of the Nazis. But my grandfather was one of very few who actually survived, and I had the privilege to know him and to learn from him an equally important lesson: just what happens when the world turns its back, ignores the facts, and allows innocent people to die. These two lessons propelled me into volunteer activities that ultimately gave me a career. But even if the actions had resulted in a way that I remained a volunteer, they taught me, forgive me, that when I care, when I act, when I give, my life is truly at its richest. My work, while completely satisfying, has shown me another bit of wisdom, and that is that we each tend to isolate what we hear to those things that we listen for, instead of listening to all that is being said around us. For example, did you know that today, as we celebrate this milestone in your lives, 18,000 children, all under the age of 5, will die of causes we already know how to prevent, and we're just not doing the job? And 18,000 more tomorrow, and 18,000 the day after, and so on. That's as if 31 jumbo jets filled with our children were crashing into the ocean each and every day, and no one is noticing. Why? Because here in the United States, we're removed from the disaster, and we're not hearing the noise. Ask the starving mom I met in the famine-ravaged Horn of Africa. She knows. Or the dad I encountered in a health clinic in Haiti as the cholera epidemic began to spread, and he knows. Or the woman whose hand I held in a dirt floor hospital in Sierra Leone as we together watched her 6-day-old baby die of tetanus, a disease preventable with a 60-cent vaccine. And she can easily tell you that children are dying and the world is not taking notice. In the past 7 years as President and CEO of U.S. UNICEF, I have visited over 30 countries, from the deserts of Kenya to the camps in Darfur, to the rice paddies of Vietnam and Cambodia, to the rubble found in the wake of a tsunami or an earthquake. To my very recent visit, I've just returned from the Jordanian camp for Syrian refugees. I have been forced to open my ears and my eyes and to ask, how can I help? What difference can I make? My travels have taught me that most parents, and I know those here today, regardless of country of origin or economic success, we all want the same things for our children. We want them to be happy. We want them to be healthy. We want them to be educated. We want them not to go hungry, not to be scared. We want them to be safe. And we want to enable them to pursue whatever dream they might have. We want them to have the childhood they deserve and to enjoy all of the riches of an adulthood that follows, plain and simple. And these notions are no more defined by our country of origin than children should be. And it's time that we stop defining children by their borders. They are not Kenya's children, Haiti's children, Vietnam's children, etc. They are just children, defined by their age, our children, and we are the grown-ups. Today, as you graduate, you join the ranks of adulthood. At UNICEF, we have committed to work until that number, 18,000, is brought all the way down to 0, and I believe 0 is possible. Anything else is just not acceptable, and you can be part of that effort. I invite you to open your eyes, to open your ears and your heart by giving voice to those less fortunate than yourself. I promise you, you will not be sorry. If I'm lucky, I hope to live long enough to get a few years on my front porch, rocking in my favorite chair, reflecting on my life. If I get that chance, I know I'm going to measure my success far more by the difference I have made than by the dollars I have earned. But that alone will not sum it up, which brings me to my final lesson for success, which quite simply is share your life. Don't forget to take time to fall in love. You will not fill your entire life yourself. It will be filled by those you let into it, by those who have traveled near and far to be with you today, and those who will be with you as you pass through many milestones in the future. I am a very lucky woman for a number of reasons. I have a career that I love, with a cause that I am truly passionate about, and I am successful enough to stand proud on both those points. But the true secret to my success is the family that I go home to and the blessing of the friends that surround us. They make it all worthwhile. Graduates of 2014, I wish you that and many more. Thank you so much.
As the Dean of Students, it is my pleasure to present 3 distinctive awards today to graduates. The Frank M. Cressman Award is given in honor of the late Dr. Frank M. Cressman, former chair of the Board of Trustees, by his family, to the senior, having begun her college work at Cedar Crest and having done most of it here, has attained the highest grade point average during her 4 years, including credit and grades earned at other institutions under such programs as the Washington semester or the junior year abroad. The Reuben J. Butz and Lillian H. Butz Prize is awarded to the senior who has done the most for the college in a demeanor and attitude, in application to academic work, and in influence among her fellow students. This award is not based on GPA or academic major. It is the only award voted on by the entire Cedar Crest College community. This year, both of these awards are awarded to one graduate, Serena LeBold. Serena has served as junior editor of Pitch, a journal of arts and literature, in 2012 and 13, and then as the senior editor this past academic year. She's a member of Sigma Tau Delta, the English Honor Society, and Lambda Pi Eta, the Communication Honor Society. She's also a member of the Cedar Crest College Honors Program. Serena has served as an active member of Preterite, the literary magazine of the college. She was the winner of the Preterite Poetry and Creative Writing Contest in 2014. She has tutored other students in our Writing Center, and she will graduate today with a Bachelor's of Arts in both English and Communications and a minor in History. Please join me in congratulating Serena LeBold. The Alumna Prize is given by the Alumna Association to the senior who, throughout her college life, has shown outstanding qualities of cooperation and responsibility and has contributed unselfish service to Cedar Crest College. The Alumna Prize is awarded to Stephanie August. You can come up. As you've already heard this morning, Stephanie has had an outstanding career here at Cedar Crest and graduates today with her degree in biodiversity and conservation biology. As an active member of our science department, Stephanie has done research with Dr. Amy Favor and will pursue an advanced degree. We know she will represent the Alumna Prize with her continued work in science. Please join me in congratulating Stephanie Augustine.
Will the candidates for the degree Master of Education please rise? Madam President, I have the pleasure of presenting these candidates for the degree Master of Education. They have been recommended for degree by vote of the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees and in them by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Education, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, in token whereof I will convey to you your diploma.
Will the graduates please come forward to accept your degrees? Sarah H. Daniels. Rochelle Elnius. Tiffany J. Fenstermaker. Rachel Gonzalez. Ashley E. Gray. Wendy L. Gremling. Katie Lynn Elizabeth Gray. Catherine E. Herzog. Alexandra L. Keys. Helena J. Nakla. Kathleen M. Pegg. Julia P. Reinert. Corinne A. Rivero. Whitney M. Sankovsky. Kristen J. Zellner. please join me in congratulating our Masters of Education graduates. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Forensic Science please rise? Madam President, I have the pleasure of presenting these candidates for the degree Master of Science in Forensic Science. They have been recommended for degree by vote of the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees and in them by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Forensic Science, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, in token whereof I will convey to you your diploma.
Will the graduates please come forward to accept your degrees? Lauren A. Cohen. Caitlin M. Deppen. Caitlin E. Hafer. Karen Lau. Melinda A. Lauer. Morgan E. Mills. Colleen D. Spees. Danielle L. Weinstein. Please join me in congratulating our Masters of Science in Forensic Science graduates. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts please rise? Madam President, I have the pleasure of presenting these candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts. They have been recommended for degree by vote of the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees and in them by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelors of Arts, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, in token whereof I will convey to you your diploma.
Will the graduates please come forward to accept your degrees? Leandria Lay Alapai. Carly Marie Athanasatos. Susan E. Bell, summa cum laude. Julie L. Borelli. Chelsea Jacinta Vernette Buffalo. Sherry L. Bukich. Michelle P. Campbell. Sakna Momi Sise. Michelle Clement St. Louis. Brianna Marie Coleman, summa cum laude. Jason P. Dankel. Lindsay M. Deutsch. Megan L. Demansky. Christopher Allen Doolittle. Kayla Elizabeth Drum. Jenny Duval. Rachel Fedak. Ivy Lynn Fox, magna cum laude. Gabrielle Ceballos Franco. Amy L. Fry. Chanel M. Fuentes. Melissa M. Gerhardt. Nina Yvonne Galino. Kaylee Deanne Gross. Virginia G. Hall. Melinda R. Hitz. Ayako Iwata. Marisol Jones. James D. Knox. Kristen Marie Cram, summa cum laude. Amy L. Kreckman. Serena Elise Lebold, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors Program. Amanda Marie Lambert. Rebecca Jillian Lowe. Holly Lynn Manganelli. Natalia de Jesus Martinez Colon, magna cum laude. Melissa Moorhead. Anne M. Musa. Melody Z. Neoni. Devin Lee Paler. Jessica Marie Allen Peterson. Lauren Poff. Leanne Poole. Magdalena Nicole Richlick, cum laude. Lauren K. Salgado. Lauren A. Salge. Kayla M. Shantz. Frances Marie Soto. Kim R. Springs. Patricia Kate Strupp, magna cum laude. Marie E. Sully. Nicole Dabosky Thomas, magna cum laude. Stephanie Lee Tompkins. Tammy M. Turner. Please join me in congratulating our Bachelor of Arts graduates.
Oh, that's right.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science please rise? Madam President, I have the pleasure of presenting these candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science. They have been recommended for degree by vote of the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees and in them by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. In token whereof, I will convey to you your diploma.
Will the graduates please come forward to accept your degrees? Rebecca Thomas Abraham. Elizabeth O. Ajamu. Natalie Corinne Akers, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors Program. Adley Pascal Alizi. Krista J. Amy. Stephanie H. Augustine, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors Program. Ada M. Aviles. Faray Faridi Aiden. Katya Barakat. Tanya M. Barron. Corinne Frances Burbaum, summa cum laude. Angela Rose Bevan. Jessica Lynn Blunt. Candace Caitlin Boardwine. Karen Joy Borton. Aylin Bryn Boughton. Lindsay Marie Burke. Amy Jo Butterfield. Alessandra Maria Bezzetta. Denise Altagracia Castillo. Joellen Colangelo. Barbara Louise Colburn. Gabrielle Rose Conant. Samantha Nicole Cox. Sabrina Diane Dollenberg. Carla Camille DePinto. Shivani Pragnesh Desai, magna cum laude. Desiree Corlin Drugatz, summa cum laude. Waylon A. Duncan. Stephanie O. Agemba. Telsha A. Filipovitz. Heather Natasha Franchino, cum laude. Jackie Lynn Frederick. Megan Elizabeth French, summa cum laude. Sarah E. Fye, summa cum laude. Casey L. Gebhardt, magna cum laude. Kiyoma Gopal Singh. Caitlin Marie Grainer. Natalie Guillabel. Janice M. Marks Henry. Samantha K. Hoyer. Danielle L. Huber. Marlena Lee Hurd, summa cum laude, also earning a Bachelor of Arts degree. Shayna B. Jones. Jasmine Carr, magna cum laude. Nongyao Kitulich. Melissa May Keene. Kayla Brianne Kleckner. Alexis Condra Kohler. Samantha Jo Korpix, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors Program. Brandy Nicole Krisha, summa cum laude. Kate. Catherine J. Lang. Jessica Michelle Loriano, magna cum laude. Christine D. Leach. Stephanie M. Mano. Mallory Lynn Marconi. Brittany Dawn Martin. Katie Elizabeth Martin. Allison Bennett Mason. Joanne Mayer, magna cum laude. Megan E. McClendon, summa cum laude. Andesiwe Medea. Ryan A. Melham. Amanda Jane Mertz. Jamie Lee Mitchell. Nicole D. Mulletier. Beatrice Morales. Caitlin Joan Moran. Daryl Lynn Morgan. Catherine B. Morrow, cum laude. Claire R. Murawski. Lindsay Lee Myers. Carol B. Agembo. Amanda Marie Pattison, summa cum laude, graduate of the Honors Program. Amanda L. Penna, magna cum laude. Cindy Lou Pugh. Maveen Rashid Qureshi, summa cum laude. Carissa Lynn Radler. Patty M. Reinhardt. Travis Ryder. Kylie Robinson. Heather A. Rogers. Amy Elizabeth Romberger. Pierre Salamone. Courtney Lynn Saluti, summa cum laude. Donna Mealy Scandariato. Taylor Ann Schlofer. Tia Michelle Schober. Alyssa Faye Schoenberger. Jacob Schroer. Jenna Lee Schumacher. Amanda Lynn Scott. Amanda Lauren Setar. Dana Michelle Schaefer. Erica Lynn Smith, summa cum laude. Nicole Marie Sparno. Annie P. Squire. Jeanette Marie Stadnick. Tracy A. Stauffer, magna cum laude. Allison M. Stetler. Beth Ann Stroll, magna cum laude. Erin Margaret Studer. Jennifer A. Sutcliffe. Natalie Sipp. Tanya Lee Tarnowski. Tracy V. Thatcher. Alexandria Helen Tukarsik. Tammy Jane Toussaint, cum laude. Jennifer C. Towler. Michelle Marie Trilly. Shamali Trong. Ellen Beth Velasquez, summa cum laude. Stephanie Victorin. Cheryl R. Wagner. Shannon Lee Wenner. Kimberly A. Wesley, cum laude. Nicole Lynn Ewells Oaks, summa cum laude. Tammy S. Zalakar, cum laude. Shamara Zika. Please join me in congratulating our Bachelor of Science graduates.
Would all of the graduates please rise? Congratulations on your success. Please move your tassels to the left side of your cap.
On behalf of the more than 14,000 alumna, it is my pleasure to welcome you into membership in the Cedar Crest College Alumna Association. While today marks the end of your role as a student, it is also the beginning of an equally exciting role, that of a Cedar Crest alumna. You just received a lapel pin from the Alumni Association that represents your years at Cedar Crest. It is an important symbol of the education, the friendships, and the opportunities that will follow you throughout your life. From today forward, this class will represent Cedar Crest in communities and workplaces around the world. Go to these places with enthusiasm, good spirit, and pride in where you have been. You are the greatest ambassadors the college has. Will everyone please stand for the singing of our alma mater? The text can be found in the program.
Okay, this is our last time. Ready? Far out on Cedar Crest, stately and tall, stands our fair college, dearest of all. She ne'er will fail us. She stood every test. She's our alma mater. We pledge her our best. She's our alma mater. We pledge her our best.
Like the village in Brigadoon that reappears every 100 years, tomorrow this tent will be gone and we will be miles away. But this moment will live on. You will never forget what took place here, the hope that awakened us, the community that envelops us. May this event be your guide. May it bring renewed focus, and may it be a constant and abiding source of pride. Go in peace.